Hello learners, I am back with the next scheduling algorithm, that is the preemptive version of longest job first. And this preemptive version is just a similar like a preemptive version of SRTF, just having the different criteria. What is that criteria? Here we will assign the longest job or longest burst time job to the CPU first. If there is a tie among the two processes having the same burst time, we will assign or we will give the priority to the process with the lowest arrival time or with the lowest process ID. Okay, so it is simplest thing, nothing to explain more. Let's dive into the example directly. Okay, so the question is here, the process number, the process ID with their arrival time and burst time mentioned. Let's schedule this using LRTF. So at time 0, how many processes are there in the ready queue? Process P1 and P2 are there in the ready queue. So which process to be assigned to the CPU? The process which is having the longest burst time. So process P2 is having the longest burst time, that is 3. So we will assign process P2, but this is preemptive version. So you have to wait when there is a tie, right? So it will execute for how much time? It will execute for 1 time unit only. ठीक है, हम इसको यहाँ 1 time unit एग्जीक्यूट कर देते हैं. 2 time unit इसका बचा हुआ है, अभी और कोई प्रोसेस आया नहीं है. देखो P3 आ रहा है, या P3 आ रहा है 2 मिलीसेकेंड पे. ठीक है, अभी हम 1 मिलीसेकेंड पे हैं. सो नाउ why we stopped the execution of process P2? Because there is a tie between the processes which are available. ठीक है, तो शॉर्ट टर्म शेड्यूलर देखिएगा, now there is a tie and these two processes have come together. So which process? P1 first for 1 unit it has executed, then P2 for 1 unit, then P3 for 1 unit, then P4 for 1 unit, and then P5 for 1 unit. So how much time it is taking? Total 16 unit of time in which it is completing 5 processes. So the throughput is 5 by 16. What is the throughput? Five by 16. Okay, let's calculate the completion time. ठीक है, यहाँ पे एवरेज वेटिंग टाइम, एवरेज टर्न अराउंड हम सब निकाल लेते हैं. तो पहले कंप्लीशन टाइम निकालते हैं. व्हाट इज़ द कंप्लीशन टाइम ऑफ प्रोसेस P1? इट इज़ कंप्लीटिंग एट टाइम 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. दिस इज द कंप्लीशन टाइम. व्हाट इज़ द टर्न अराउंड टाइम? कंप्लीशन टाइम माइनस अराइवल टाइम, दैट इज 12, इट इज़ 13, 12, 12, 12. Then what about the waiting time? Turnaround time minus burst time. So 12 minus 2, 10, 13 minus 3, 10, 12 minus 2, 10, 12 minus 5, 7, 12 minus 4, 8. We can calculate the response time also here. What is the response time? See, the process P1 has arrived at time 0, but it has been assigned at time 1. So 1 minus 0 is 1. Process P2, it is 0. Process P3 is arrived at 2 millisecond, but it is assigned at 8. 8 minus 2 is 6. Then P4 arrived at 3, assigned at 3. P5 arrived at 4 and assigned at 5. So 1. Okay, so in this way you can calculate the average turnaround time by adding all these divided by, let me calculate it. Here I can calculate average turnaround time is 12 plus 13 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 is equal to 61. एवरेज टर्न अराउंड टाइम निकालने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? डिवाइड बाई 5 करना पड़ेगा, दैट इज़ 12.20 मिली सेकेंड. डोंट फॉरगेट दिस if it is mentioned here, okay, in the option. Then is the average waiting time. You can add these 10 plus 10, 30, 37, 37 and 8 is 45. So 45 divided by 5. So what it would be? 9 millisecond. That's it. In the same way you can calculate the response time also. Okay, so in GATE 2006 one of the question has been asked from this CPU scheduling topic, and it was the algorithm was LRTF. So let's try that question first. It is asked in GATE 2006. Okay, so let's solve this. Process ID, there are consider three processes of process ID 0, 1, 2. So I can write like this: P0, P1, P2 with 2, 4 and 8 time units, मतलब burst unit दिया हुआ है, and all the processes are arriving at time 0. So arrival time सभी का 0 है, burst unit दिया है 2, 4 and 8. Consider the LRTF algorithm. We have to solve this question using LRTF, and if there is a tie, ties are broken by giving priority to the process with the lowest process ID. ये बोल रहा है process ID जिसका lowest होगा उसको हम पहले priority देंगे, यहाँ पर mention कर दिया है. Okay, so we have to calculate the average turnaround time here. तो छोटा सा question है, हमको schedule करना है और बस completion time फिर turnaround time निकाल कर solve कर देना है. So let's schedule it. At time 0 we have all the processes in the ready queue, P0, P1, P2, all the processes are there in the ready queue. So which process to schedule? The process which is having the highest burst unit. So which process is having the highest burst unit? P2. So we'll assign process P2 here. For how much time? See, जब तक ये दोनों सेम नहीं हो जाते तब तक तभी टाई होगा. तो 4 यूनिट हम एग्जीक्यूट कर सकते हैं, तो मैं यहाँ P2 को 4 लिख देती हूँ और यहाँ 4 यूनिट बचा हुआ है. ओके, एट टाइम 4 द प्रोसेस P1 एंड P2 देयर इज़ अ टाई बिटवीन दोज. सो ये दिया हुआ है कि टाइज आर ब्रोकन बाय गिविंग प्रायोरिटी टू द प्रोसेस विद द लोएस्ट प्रोसेस आईडी. तो हम P1 को देंगे चांस. ठीक है, P1 कितने देर एग्जीक्यूट होगा? सी 1 टाइम यूनिट ही एग्जीक्यूट होगा, 1 टाइम यूनिट ही एग्जीक्यूट होगा. उसके बाद P2 फिर से हाईएस्ट हो गया, राइट. तो हम फिर से P2 को देंगे कितने देर के लिए? अगेन 1 यूनिट के लिए. अब दोनों के बीच में फिर से टाई हो गया. सो हम फिर से P1 को देंगे फॉर 1 यूनिट 2. ओके, फिर से P2 को देंगे 2. ठीक है, देन see there is a tie among all these 3 processes. Now which process to assign? Which process should be assigned to the CPU? The process P0. So process P0 will be assigned for how much time? Only for 1 unit. After that other processes are having the longest burst time. Okay, so 9 unit. फिर हमने P1 को दिया, P1 कितने देर हुआ? 1 यूनिट. फिर हमने P2 को दिया, फिर P2 कितने देर हुआ? 1 यूनिट. इन दिस वे. ओके, उसके बाद हम क्या करेंगे? फिर से अब 1 1 1, तो P0 सी 12, P1 13 and then last P2 14. So total time unit 14. तो अगर completion time मैं निकालूँ तो what is the completion time of process P0 is, sorry ये मैंने यहाँ गलत लिख दिया, completion time यहाँ मैं लिख देती हूँ. process P0 का है 12, P1 का है 13, P2 का है 14. तो अगर टर्न अराउंड टाइम निकालना हुआ तो क्या निकालते हैं? completion time माइनस अराइवल टाइम. तो it will be same as completion time will be equal to the same here because all the processes are arrived at the same time. So we can calculate the average turnaround time here as it is very simple: 12 plus 13 plus 14 divided by 3. So what is the answer? This is 39 divided by 3. So what is the answer? 30. So in this way you can schedule any scenario or any questions to the CPU. Just need to have a clear concepts of all the algorithm, and I think I am clearing all those concepts till now. And if I am, please mention that in the comment box by giving your opinion. And if you like the video, please hit the like button. अगर अभी तक आपने सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए. See you in the next video. Thank you so much.